You're welcome. If you're just joining, you're welcome. Tapping on your screen is the most important thing right now because we need your taps to get a wider reach in the FYP. Somebody somewhere may just need today's information that will change the course of their fertility journey. Right now, like I always say, there is never a hopeless infertility situation. There's no such thing as hopeless situation. The only problem is majority of the people don't have knowledge. You're here struggling to conceive. Like I was saying, majority of the people don't have knowledge. And all they need is knowledge. Merry Christmas. MSEG, you're welcome. Thank you very much for the heart, me. Right. So what they need in their infertility challenge is knowledge. And I can guarantee you adequate knowledge will save you time, effort, money, and stress. And that's why we're here every night, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, Monday to Friday, to help those who may be at a loss in their fertility journey. We started a few months ago and we are in second trimester. We will finish the journey until we get to 40 weeks of pregnancy. But tonight's edition is a special edition for Christmas. Also, we will have a special edition for New Year. In fact, we want to invite all the men you know to join us on the New Year edition. Any man that missed it, we can never be able to recover what they lost in that information. Right? New Year is another special, wonderful edition that was going to revolutionize the way men approach their fertility, right? And I will unveil the topic by the time we are done with this special edition. But today's edition is we're looking at how sugar affects male and female fertility. And like I said, we need to reach those who need this information, those who are trying to conceive, those who are already in the journey of to parenthood, those who are trying not to conceive. They also need the information that will help them circumvent the process, right? So we want to share with them, we want to call them on phone, we want to get everybody to come, because after tonight we'll go back to our second trimester until we're done. However, New Year's special edition, we're going to be talking about, well, let me just give the topic right now. It's not so. I think I should give a topic. New Year's edition, special edition, we're going to be talking about recovery time. Recovery time. Now, that edition, you now understand what, in sexual intercourse, what they mean by rounds and why some people can go 20 rounds and some others can only do 1 round. All the details will be given. So we want to get all the men to come, including women, because whatever affects men in that direction also affects women, right? So it's a teamwork. It's going to affect everybody. So for tonight, we'll look at the male and female fertility, how sugar affects these two categories, right? So please, let's tap on our screen. Our target goal for taps tonight, before we begin actually, is going to be 10K likes before we begin. You share the live. And if you're here, you've not followed me yet, I wonder what you're waiting for. All right. You need just follow me. You will not regret pressing that button. That's one. Number two, if you have come here, you've not dropped a heart me today, this is the time to drop a heart me. And also remember to claim your point. Yeah, that heart. Just tap on that heart close to my name. You see claim all the points so that you grow in the fan club. Very important. It's very important you join the fan club and even subscribe, because we may not be giving this information free forever. We may just narrow it down to certain categories of people. But for now, it's an all-comers affair. You want to follow me, share the live, tap on your screen, and drop a heart me. So when we hit 10K likes, we still have like 8K likes to go. When we hit 10K likes, we'll begin. Let's look at blow by blow details. How sugar affects female and male fertility. It will blow your mind. And a lot of people will change their lifestyle after tonight. I specifically picked Christmas because I know by the time I'm going to be talking about it, some people have loaded their system with sugar already, right? So, so you're going to be remorseful for yourself, then change your lifestyle. You'll be amazed how your fertility journey will turn around like magic, right? So let's take the lights up, and in a few minutes we'll begin. If you're just joining, you're welcome. Today is a special Christmas edition in our journey to parenthood. Tonight we'll be discussing how sugar affects male and female fertility. And as usual, we'll tell the whole story in details. But first, we need to take the likes up to 10K before we begin. And guess what? Cecilia, I see you. Guess what? More likely, even you that is here, you have loaded your system with enough sugar, right? So I want to give you a gentle truth. I want to give gentle truth to every man and woman around the world that's listening to me. What you need to hear. You see, Christmas is a season of joy. Oh boy, I'm so glad for you guys, right? The season where there is so much lights everywhere, there is laughter, there is food, there is drinks, cakes everywhere, soft drinks, chocolates, sweet memories are made tonight, today, basically. But in all that, there's something that is hidden inside this season of sweetness, right? And that, to me, is a silent enemy that many people don't know about. And the name of that enemy is sugar. Sugar, right? I'm not talking about spiritual sugar. I'm not talking about village people sugar. I'm not talking about witchcraft. The very sugar you have in your house. Just that everyday sugar that is sitting quietly in your drinks, in your snacks, in your pastries, right in your plate right now for some of you. And sadly, it slowly affects fertility in both men and women, and many don't know. So we are going to dive into the details and demystify the topic and help a lot of people with the knowledge they deserve. So what does sugar, or rather, what does I think we should start okay, let's go back to fertility. Let me just do the abridged version of the definition. Is that okay? Right. So what is fertility in the simplest possible term? It means the body's ability to reproduce. Full stop. To reproduce another life. The body's ability to reproduce another life. That is fertility, right? What is fertility for a woman? For a woman, what is fertility? Fertility. By the way, if you are not writing and you miss this information, you may not get it anywhere else. So make sure you are writing. Fertility for a woman would mean ovulating regularly, producing healthy eggs, having a womb ready to carry pregnancy. I'll take that again. Fertility for a woman would mean ovulating regularly, right? Having healthy eggs, having a womb that is ready to carry pregnancy. Right? Now, for a man, what would fertility mean? Thank you for the follow. I see your follow. Thank you very much. For a man, fertility will mean producing healthy sperm, having good sperm counts. Of course, if you've been following me for a while now, you already know why sperm count matters. You already know. There's no ignorant individual with respect to sperm count here, if you've been following, right? You already know. So having good sperm counts is paramount. Having a strong, active sperm that can swim and fertilize an egg. That's what fertility will mean to a man. Everything depends, all these things I just mentioned for both men and women, depends on a working harmony of hormones. All these are coordinated with the working harmony of hormones in men and women. Right? Hello, Merry Christmas. What's your name? Fabiseng, I think I pronounced it. Merry Christmas to you. I see you. Right? Now, sugar can quietly disturb that harmony. And that is why we are here tonight. If up until this point you understood anything, just type understand in the comment section so that I know you are still there. And if you are not following me yet, tap on the plus sign and follow me now. Follow me now. Finesse, thank you very much. Right? If you understood up to this point, type understand or understood, depending on where you learn your English. Right? Type it. I want to see it. If I don't see it, it means nobody's following. Right? So that's what fertility is. And now, sugar is disturbing this harmony that's supposed to be created by the hormones. Right? So that's where now, this will now lead us to how sugar enters this story of fertility vis-a-vis infertility. Don't hate sugar, but just understand what we're trying to say tonight. So, every time you eat things containing sugar, you drink soda, you eat cake, you eat biscuits, you take sweetened drinks, pastries, white bread, sugary snack. Every time you do all that, what happens is your blood sugar level skyrockets, goes up, right? And for your body to be able to control that sugar level, what does it do? It pumps out insulin. It pumps out insulin. Insulin will control the sugar level in the. Now, basically, what insulin is doing is insulin is like the middleman, right, between sugar available and the usage in the cell. If there's no insulin, the cell does not know sugar. So insulin goes there, mop it up, and asks the cell, are you hungry? You say, yes, I'm hungry. Okay, take this amount of sugar that you need. Then the cells will convert that sugar to energy. That's why you are alive, to do the activities you're doing, right? And if every cell is satisfied and there's still more sugar, the insulin will not force them to take because the body does not overfeed, right? Your stomach can, but your body doesn't. Right? So, a gifty, thank you very much. So, what happens? The excess sugar will be sent into the body store, and the body have remarkable storing or storage system. First, the liver is a store. The sugar will be converted into another form and stored there. So when that storage is full, the body begins to think, okay, where do I put the excess? Because now the storage is full. Where do I put the excess? It thinks of, okay, I'm going to put it, um, I'm going to put it in the muscles. Just little of it we put in the muscles. I say, okay, there's still more. Where do I put it? It now, through a special um, biochemical process, it converts that sugar to fat and hides it under the skin. That is why when you begin to enjoy, you see you become robust. Is that not so? So your body is hiding all that sugar under the skin. So you look fresh, you look robust, and you looking so fine. They say, wow, this person is now enjoying. That's what they mean. Why? Because yes, that's what abundance mean. Abundance means there's a lot of sugar and the body cannot use it. It's hiding under the skin. You're looking so fine and stuff like that. If you understood anything up to this point, talk to me in the comment section. Say understand so that we can continue. Right? So this is what happens when you eat all those wonderful things that contain sugar. And your body also is also trying to control the amount of sugar in your system, right? So when all this happens, now this is where the problem is. When the sugar level rises up and the insulin goes up accordingly, remember the purpose of insulin, right? When the sugar level goes up and the insulin level goes up accordingly, too frequently, too often, the body becomes tired of this insulin. Say, come on, man, why are we always seeing you here? Just like somebody, maybe your neighbor who was trying to help you secure your frontage from strangers. Now they did it the first time, the second time, you're glad. But it seemed like every day they're always there. You become tired of them. So the same thing happens with the cells and insulin. Say, come on, man, why you always out? Right? Why you always out? But it's not the insulin's fault. Your mouth keep taking sugar and the blood keep receiving more than enough. So insulin has to be released to go and mop it up. And now the cells are offended. Why are you always here? That is what amounts to what we call insulin resistance. Now the cell don't like the insulin anymore. So come on, you're always here. I don't like you. I don't like you. Even though you bring me some benefits, I don't like you anymore. Why? Right? So that's what amounts to insulin resistance. And this is where fertility problem begins. So if it was in movies of those days, you hear something like bam bam bratutum, bratutum. Oh boy. Oh boy, can you imagine what's going on in the body? Right? So are we still together? Are we still together? It's only two people that are responding to me, so I'll just take it that I'm talking to only two people tonight. Mr. Tabs is here. You're welcome. So now that we've seen where the problem is coming from, thank you, Mr. Tabs. Now let's now begin to ask the question: how does sugar affect female? Let's start with women because they are my friends, right? So let's start with women. Merry Christmas. Good to see you. You're welcome. Let's start with women. How sugar affects female fertility. So who's ready for this gist? Oh boy. you will learn. You will tire tonight. I tell you. Who's ready for this gist? All right. So let's talk about women. Right? How sugar affects female fertility. And as usual, I like to itemize my gist so that you can remember. So let's start with the first one of the how, because we're going to answer the how. Is that okay? We are still at 10K likes. Okay, it's good. We have achieved that. Good evening, Christopher. I see you. All right, thank you. We've hit 10K likes. Well, let's mount the pressure, right? Let's mount the pressure. So our next target should be 30K likes. All hands on screen. Let's make sure we give other people opportunities to come and learn. Look at this Christmas gist. Where would you have heard it? Where would you have been hearing Christmas gist? Oh boy. Oh boy. At least you want to make sure you stick around because that is why we're here. All right, so let's begin to answer the how. How sugar affects female fertility. Let's start with the first one. Sugar actually confuses female hormones. Interesting, right? It does because when insulin is constantly high, it interferes with the hormones. Hello, Maya. Good to see you. When insulin is constantly high, it interferes with the hormones. And which hormones are we talking about? Estrogen. We're talking about progesterone and the hormones necessary for ovulation to occur. Insulin is just causing confusion among them. Remember, they have to be in a perfect rhythm to control the fertility process. But now, insulin is always high, interfering in this synchrony, right? And when this interference happens among these hormones, hello, Queen V, what happens? This will lead to irregular menstruation, right? It will lead to missed ovulation. I hope you know that you can menstruate and not ovulate, and you can ovulate without menstruating. So depends on which one your doctor will help you, right? But I said all that to say, um, the increased levels of insulin because of high sugar level will interfere with your hormonal levels, your hormonal balance, and it will lead to irregular periods. It will lead to missed ovulation. It will lead to delay cycle. So for those of you enjoying Christmas now and you're loading your system with sugar, don't come and meet me in January. Say, oh, doctor, I've not seen my menses. It's supposed to come and I'm not pregnant. I will carry 2 by 2 for you. Is that okay? So, oh boy, you don't ovulate. Go and see your doctor. They know what to do, right? Anyway, so I said all this interference will cause irregular periods, missed ovulation, delayed cycle, hormonal imbalance, and the body becomes confused, so confused as to when to release an egg. Remember, no egg, no fertilization. No fertilization, no pregnancy. Lady G is here. Right? So the next thing, so the first one I said, sugar confuses female hormones. So the next thing, sugar, and let's look at sugar versus PCOS. Sugar versus PCOS. A very strong marriage. A very strong marriage, right? One of the most common fertility problems in women today is PCOS, right? Merry Christmas, Lady G. PCOS is strongly linked to insulin resistance. And I just told you how insulin resistance came about, right? So PCOS is strongly linked to insulin resistance. You have high sugar levels is equal to high insulin levels. High insulin, right, will amount to hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalance will result to cysts in the ovaries, that is PCOM, right? Why? Because PCOS is a syndrome, and a syndrome is a group of different issues coming together to form the syndrome. For example, um, cysts in the too many cysts in the ovary, what you call PCOM, right? Hirsutism, right? Growing of hairs in all the wrong places, right? Irregular menstruation, and even infertility. So all that amounts to that. So the symptoms you have in this marriage of PCOS and sugar is irregular menstruation, weight gain, facial hair for women, acne, difficulty in getting pregnant. Difficulty in getting pregnant. Many women don't even realize that sugar feeds their PCOS condition daily. They don't realize it. So one of the things you want to sideline if you have been diagnosed with PCOS, sugar. Is that okay? All right. So the next one, we're going to look at how sugar damages air quality. How sugar damages air quality. That's the third thing under how sugar affects female fertility. So the number 3 is how sugar damages egg quality. And for those who have been hearing me talking about egg quality for several months now, you already understand. Thank you for the follow. I see you. I see you. Thank you for the follow. Right? So we will talk about that. You understand that egg is so delicate. Oh boy. Even something as inadequate sleep can affect your egg quality. That I've discussed in other platforms anyway. But now today we're looking at sugar. The egg is so delicate. And anything that affects your general health can affect the quality of the egg. Plus your age. Right? Too much sugar will cause inflammation. Too much sugar will cause inflammation. Too much sugar will cause oxidative stress. If you are a cell, you understand what oxidative stress is. The reason why in your diet they will advise you to consume enough antioxidant-rich fruits and food. Why? Because that will be the antagonism to oxidative stress. Right? Too much sugar will cause poor egg development. And these I mean inflammation, oxidative stress, and poor egg development can lead to poor fertilization. Right? You say, oh, I've done IVF more than once. It didn't work. Calm down. We need to understand. We need to rule out what exactly the problem is. Right? This can also lead to poor embryo quality. It's not enough for fertilization to take place. What is formed, is it of good quality? And I tell you, every time the body looks at a fertilized egg, it's trying to ensure that it's complete with 46 chromosomes and all of them are in good alignment, a good number, and they are adequate. And if the body for any reason sees that it does not meet the quality control or assurance measure, it terminates it. So that is one of the reasons for the miscarriages you have. And I always say it's not every miscarriage that you cry about, because sometimes your body is just saving you from trouble, right? Jimmy Ike, I see you. Okay, just a quick one. You don't want to miss New Year's Day episode. It's another a special episode on our fertility journey. New Year's Day, we're going to be discussing recovery time in sexual intercourse. There you'll be able to understand why some people do 20 rounds, some people do 10 rounds, some people do 2 rounds, some people do half rounds. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it for anything. So come and find out how you can find solution to your problem. Is that okay? So what are the factors that affect it? So that's New Year's Day gist. So let's come back to our discussion. Right. So I said all this can lead to poor fertilization, poor embryo quality, and early miscarriage. It can lead to early miscarriage. Even when the pregnancy happens, the egg may not be strong enough to grow. And we see that every time when we do IVF, right? And it happens often, more than often in natural conception, but it's just that there's no way to measure it. But we see that in IVF most of the time, right? So that is the third thing. And the third thing I said is sugar damages egg quality. Sugar, right? The next one, what number are we now under female fertility? Let me see those that are following me. What number are we? Who is asking about honey? Chioma. Don't worry, you ask your question when we are done. Is that okay? What number are we? Please, let's tap on our screen. We're still at 11K. Come on, man. No. Please, let's tap on our screen. Let's hit 30K likes. What number are we? Nobody's following. Oh, unfortunately. Anyway, if you miss it, you definitely pay somebody someday to learn it. All right? So now I'm giving you for free. You don't want to learn, you go and pay. You will take it seriously by then. So if you're here, you have not followed me, follow me now. Right? And if you have not dropped a heart me, I want to ask you, why are you like this? As good as the information is, you don't want to drop a heart me as an appreciation for what you're hearing? Come on, man. There's no justice in this world, they say, right? All right. Let's go to the next one. Nobody can tell the count, so I'm not going to tell us where we are. The next one is sugar causes hormonal fat. Obesity, I mean. God bless you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Obesity. Fat is not just about the body size. Fat is an active hormonal organ. If you don't know, excess fat produce extra estrogen. Hope you know. Well, you don't know, you are knowing now. And there's a positive feedback mechanism in this thing, right? You eat a lot, you develop fat produce estrogen cause production of more fat produce more estrogen, and it's positive feedback mechanism. You say, oh, I've been trying, it's not happening. I'm telling you now, right? Like we always say in our climb, we say it's better not to even add a single cell of fat. Why? Because when fat cell is produced, is created, it can never be destroyed. It can only be shrunken, but it can never be destroyed. So that gives you an idea why some people have to go and do liposuction and all the suction and all the why, because they want to, it's refusing to go. Let me take it out. Once produced, it can never be destroyed. You can shrink it, yes, with your body. When the condition changes again, back to square one. So be careful with your life. So where was I? I was saying that too much estrogen will confuse ovulation. and it definitely will affect implantation. So we'll talk about implantation the other time, and the details was given there. But just know today, too much estrogen will confuse ovulation, right? And too much estrogen will confuse implantation. So watch your weight, cut down on your weight. That's why some women ovulate irregularly, even when they look healthy. Ovulation is irregular. See what sugar is doing to you. So after tonight, you forgive yourself for the one you have loaded today because it's Christmas. From today, you change. Take a 180 degrees back in your lifestyle so that you will help yourself. So these are the points I want to give tonight on female, how sugar affects female fertility. So let's talk about men. Men, like we'll say here, men mount, right? How sugar affects male fertility, right? You know the funny thing, men are often forgotten in the fertility discussion. I will not forget you. No, 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 no. Why? Because when it comes to fertility journey, it's a 50-50 responsibility. It's not just like, oh, we cannot have kids. You are the woman. Go and look for solution. Because me, I don't dey knack. You don't take. No, it does not work like that. It's a 50-50 responsibility. The same way the woman should be checked, the man also should be checked, right? So men are usually forgotten in the conversation of fertility, but I will not forget you. But one thing you need to understand, if they forget you, you need to understand that sugar hits men hard. Sugar hits men hard. So we're going to look at them one after the other and see how sugar affects male fertility. The first thing sugar does, it reduces sperm count. Of course, we already know why sperm count is very important. We already know why. You produce too few sperm, forget about fertilization. It has to be adequate in the millions, right? It has to be in the millions. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you. I appreciate you and I see you. Thank you for helping others learn. Right. High sugar damages sperm producing cells in the testes. You that like to take sugar, you take energy drink, soda, this one, that one, even the beer you have contains sugar, and you say you will not leave it because you are a man. Continue. So I'm telling you now that high sugar damages sperm producing cells in the testes. How would you see it? How would you know? Unless I'm telling you now, right? And when that damage is done, it results to low sperm count. The number of sperm cells produced will crash. It will result to slow sperm. It's not enough for sperm to be produced. The sperm needs to be energetic to run fast because the goal of every sperm is to fertilize an egg. That is why they are there. You're welcome, Cynthia. The goal of every sperm is to fertilize an egg. What is the use of a sperm if it's not going to fertilize egg? But will all of them fertilize egg? No, for obvious reasons, right? So your sugar reduce cause low sperm count, slow sperm, and even poor sperm shape. Now, in the female reproductive tract, nature has put a lot of checkpoints. So much so that any sperm that is abnormal in shape, any sperm that has abnormal chromosomal or quality, any sperm that is slow will be removed in this journey to fertilization. That's how nature made it. That is why a lot of sperm needs to be produced, because not all of them will have the the quality to run this race till the end. And as they are being removed from the vagina, millions are destroyed. Cervix, another millions are removed. In the uterine cavity, another millions are removed. By the time it gets to the fallopian tube, only few hundreds survived, if they get there. So if you have low sperm count, this is why it's a problem. Just few hundreds. From anything 40 to 300 million cells that was produced. 45 if you wish. Then only 1 to 200 is arriving at the fallopian tube. What happened to the remaining millions? That's what I'm telling you. The weak will be removed. The physically abnormal will be removed. The chromosomally abnormal will be removed. The slow ones will be removed. Those ones that they don't look correct will be removed. Even the few hundreds that get to the fallopian tube, there's another factor. The factor is they will have to now have the ability to perceive the scent that the egg is sending out. Because the egg too has to do its own shakara, you know. If you're not a Nigerian, I don't know what to describe shakara. I don't know if there's an English word for it. Right? So the egg has to do its own shakara. Because it's selective. It's not every sperm the egg wants to associate with. Right? And eventually, one gets there. That one that gets there, the life continues from there. Several things I've already explained all those details, but I'm just saying this for those who are just coming so that they can be able to meet us at a point. Is that okay? So I said all that to say that even if a woman is perfectly fertile, pregnancy may not happen because of what sugar has done to sperm production. So it's not that a woman, go and check yourself. Oga, you too, go and check yourself. Because we are in this journey together. Right? Is that okay? All right, that is the first thing. The next one, how sugar affects male fertility, right? It lowers testosterone. Testosterone. Testosterone is what makes men men. The way we talk, the ego. So if you're a woman, you have problem with ego, you don't know what you're talking about. The only way you want to change that egoistic behavior is to remove testosterone and put estrogen so that the two of you will be women together. Right? So instead of fighting testosterone, or rather, instead of fighting ego, which is the function of testosterone, look for a way to adapt to it. That is biology. This is not a social discussion. Right? Yo, Esther is here. You're welcome. Don't be late next time. Right? So this reduces, lowers testosterone levels. And testosterone is the hormone that makes a man man. Now look at what you are using sugar to do to yourself. Now we don't know. Now I don't want to say some things. So high sugar lowers testosterone, which will cause lower sex drive. Lower sex drive. Erectile problems, right? You find yourself in a situation where your John Thomas is not standing up. Why? What happened to you? Right? I hope you know what John Thomas is. Right? Yeah? Erectile dysfunction, erectile problems, fatigue, even weak sperm production. Look at what. So those of you that is serving your organ, all these sugary things, you are part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Remember, whatever happens to John Thomas is happening to the two of you together. Just to make it clear. So, and because of that, because when sugar does all these, many men would think it's just stress or age. Yes, there's the stress factor, there's the age factor. But today we're talking about the sugar factor. All right? Sugar factor. So if you're a man, men, talk to me now in the comment section. Don't say I'm here so that I'm going to say men mount. Eh? Men, we mount. Let's mount now. Talk to me. I want to be sure that men mount. Because I'm only seeing women name going up, 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 up. I want to be sure. Men, are we here? Men mount in this place tonight. I'm looking for men. I can't find one. This information is okay. I know they will not comment. Because it's a manly thing. It's a manly thing. All right. Yeah, of course they hide. I know. Right. But I know men mount. Men. Peter is here. So many men will associate this with stress and age, but we're here talking about, yes, those factors exist, but often at times. Fatima said we will send the information to them. So I was saying that oftentimes the problem with John Thomas is diet, sugary diet, right? Low sex drive, check his sugar, the intake of sugar. John Thomas is not standing up, check his sugar intake. Why is John Thomas not standing up? And you are the one serving it as a woman, so you want to adjust. Weak sperm production, sugar. All right, so send the information to all the men. I will begin to change our lifestyle in 2026. Is that okay? So the next thing will be how sugar damages sperm DNA. Remember how that happens with the quality of egg in women, yeah? So we have arrived at sperm DNA, and this is very important, right? All boils down to the same thing that happens with the egg: oxidative stress. Oxidative stress. If you can't decipher what I'm talking about, just go to your Google or whatever. Type waiting be oxidative stress. Google will explain it to you better than myself, right? And oxidative stress damages both sperm and egg DNA. And anything that damages the DNA already damages the ability to conceive. Right? That oxidative stress that is damaging the sperm DNA will cause early miscarriage if fertilization takes place. It will cause early miscarriage. It will, of course, if you go for IVF, it will fail. It will fail. Now, when we started this journey to parenthood, I started with the first 2 episodes was dedicated to how to prepare your body before trying to conceive. Because a lot of people, they just like, oh, I'm now married, let me go and knock waiting no good, and my woman will be pregnant. It's not so. It's not so. You've got to prepare your body. In fact, for those that were here, I told you that you need 3 to 6 months period to prepare your body for fertilization, for conception, sorry. Because what you are today is a function of where you're coming from, whether by reason of your lifestyle, by reason of your nutrition, or certain habits like sleeplessness, stress, and all that. You don't want to carry that and start disturbing us, say, oh, doctor, I've been trying to conceive. Did you prepare for this journey? No, you didn't. So long as John Thomas can jump up, you think it's a go. Well, it works that way, but not all the time, right? And anything that affects the sperm DNA will mean that embryo development will be poor. And that's why there is high risk of miscarriage, because this the very thing that makes the life is already altered. Sometimes pregnancy will occur, but it will not last. High risk of miscarriage. That's for men. So up until this point, if you understood anything, just please talk to me in the comment section. I understand. Now, if you are just coming, you did not hear anything, so you cannot type understood, right? So, you did not learn anything. But just make sure you stick around. You're going to learn. And don't miss my live stream, 7 p.m. Nigerian times, Mondays to Fridays. That is the live stream. I don't live stream on Saturdays. And again, I'm inviting you to come and learn something on New Year's Day. New Year's Day special. New Year's Day special. Oh boy, you don't want to miss it, especially for guys. Make sure you call all the men you know to come who will learn something. You know that thing they call rounds when there is a sexual intercourse? That thing they call rounds. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about. Why some people's own plenty and some people's own. So we're going to talk about it and all the factors that affect it. We call it recovery time. So you don't want to miss New Year Day for anything. Wherever you went, make sure 7 p.m. Nigerian time. You're hooked up. Let's talk about it. But tonight, if you understood anything so far, please, I want to see your comments. Just type understood. Yeah, those of you asking for private discussion, yes, you can connect with me in the green app, but you'll pay, of course. Just 5K in Nigerian naira, and whatever it translates to your currency around the world. That's the same thing. We're not doing for the money, just to help people achieve pregnancy. That's all. Nothing more. All right. Are we ready to continue? Who's ready to continue? All right. So let's now go to the next thing. So let's look at sugar. I'll give you just the tip of the iceberg tonight. Then New Year will continue the rest. Sugar and sexual performance. Now, this is a funny problem, right? Too much sugar damages blood vessels and nerves, right? And nerves. Because it damages these two all important thing, it leads to weak erection, It leads to poor stamina. You see somebody halfway into the first round is now breathing like as if he has run around the whole stadium. I don't want to give details. See you in New Year Day. Right? Poor stamina and also reduced sensitivity. What is knacking without sensitivity in men? It does not make any sense. Right? So yes, sugar affects sexual performance, not just for fertility. It affects fertility, yes. Even sexual performance is affected. Right? But that performance part, come a New Year Day, we'll talk about it. But for you to just have an idea, now for John Thomas, for those of you who don't know what John Thomas is, how else can I say it? For John Thomas to achieve erection, right? Remember, John Thomas does not have bone. For it to be erected, it needs to be able to receive enough blood supply to it and trap it in there. That is what erection is all about. So if sugar has damages the blood vessels that are supposed to bring in the blood and retain it there, there's going to be a problem. The erection will be flaccid. The erection will be weak. That's why I hear people say, oh, sugar this, sugar that. Because of what it does to the blood vessels. Right? The blood vessels will be inflamed and therefore affected. Is that okay? Right? So, having said all these things, does it now mean that we should not take sugar at all? No, that is not the idea. That is not the idea. The idea is you have to regulate your sugar intake, and what works is not sugar, sugar, sugar. Is balance. Don't punish yourselves. Okay, they say sugar is bad, therefore you don't want to eat. Because this one, almost everything contains sugar, yeah? But what we are talking about is the sources of sugar. The sources of sugar. Now, the wrong or the worst sugar sources that you should run away from. Who is ready for that information? Talk to me in the comment section. Please tap on your screen. Let's hit 30k likes. That is our second target, right? Let's hit 30k likes. So who is ready for the information on the worst or wrong sources of sugar that you have to limit? Oh boy, I'm glad for you tonight because you're learning something. All right. So if you have not dropped a heart me, this is the time to do so. You drop a heart me, right? It's important you do. And in fact, I will ask you, why are you like this? That is a show of appreciation. Besides that, we're not asking you for money. Is that okay? All right. The wrong source of sugar that you need to run away from. I've mentioned them before, but some people missed it. I want to say it again. Sodas, what you call soft drinks, right? Energy drinks. Sweetened tea or coffee. Pastries. Somebody will ask, if you remove all this from my mouth, where is the food I'm going to eat again? Right? Christopher, don't worry, we'll answer you. All right? Pastries, cakes, packaged snacks, white bread. Oh boy, there are many. But again, the problem with these is that they are made of processed sugar, and processed sugar is always quickly available in your bloodstream, right? It spikes the blood sugar fast, and that will damage the hormonal control and regulation, like we said earlier, right? So, if we remove all these from your system, what advice am I supposed to give you for what is good? Good sources of sugar. The better choice you can make, the ones that will actually help, will be fruits, natural sources of sugar, right? Fruits. Why? Because fruits has fiber and has sugar. The fiber will make it, it will slow down the speed at which the sugar is released. Understood? That's why we're advising you to go that direction. Fruits. You want to do small amount of dates if you wish. Then somebody asked about honey, and I saw it in the comment section. Honey, yes, but in moderation. You don't now say because they said no sugar, then you go and gulp down honey. Take honey in moderation. Is that okay? Sweet potatoes is there, whole grain is there, and some mention coconut oil, coconut water, sorry, right? Because these ones release sugar that they have in them slowly and protects the hormones. Yeah. Christopher, thank you very much. You know, I've always said that infertility challenge is not a hopeless challenge. Many of the cases are reversible. Many. And how can you reverse it? Now, the reason why it's reversible is because the body has the tendency to heal itself if you will stop assaulting it. If you stop assaulting the body will heal itself. For example, scratch yourself, make an injury. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Don't go for treatment. Don't do anything. Just stay. You'll notice that it won't be healed. Who made it heal? Is the body's inherent ability to heal itself. Is that okay? Team Integrity, I see you. Thank you. The body has an inherent ability to heal itself if you will stop assaulting it. What will my people hear? Right? The body is intelligent. It's that intelligent. Yeah? The body is that intelligent. With just small change from all these things I'm talking about, just small change, what happens? The hormones begin to balance out. You were the one that was assaulting it with your lifestyle, with the food you eat and all that. You were assaulting it. Now I'm advising you, remove all these things. Wait for a few weeks into a few months. You'll notice one thing, that the body, the hormones begin to balance out. And once the hormone balance out, you know, the domino impact, right? The egg will improve. The eggs will improve in quality. In quality, the eggs will improve. The sperm will regenerate. Why? Because the insult you are giving to the testes is no longer there. So there will be regeneration of the factory, and proper sperm cells will begin to form. Your energy will return. It's not just only sugar, but today we're focusing on sugar. If you've been around, you understand. I've talked about stress. I've talked about sleep. I've talked about many other things, even endocrine disruptors. All these chemicals you are using for your cream and makeup and all this rubbish, right? If somebody's hearing me tonight, stop insulting your body with bad lifestyle. Give yourself 3 to 6 months. If your fertility status does not improve, 3 to 6 months, come back and tell me that I told you a lie. If you did what I told you, if you did not do it, just as you're leaving the live stream, go far away. Don't come back. Because I cannot help you. You've got to change your status. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to change your diet. You've got to do it. Emdar is here. So simple things you can begin to do after removing all those terrible intake of sugar, processed sugar. Simple things you can do. Have a regular exercise. As simple as 30 minutes of walking around daily is an adequate exercise. Some of you can go the extra mile, but it's fine. But Merry Christmas, lovely. Right? Then drink more water. As I'm talking, I have water here. So I'm not telling you what I don't do. Drink more water. Sodas can never replace water. You see, you go to eatery. Well, I've stopped going to eatery a long time ago anyway. I'm not saying you should shut down your eateries, though. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should mind what you eat, right? I would rather go to a fruit bar than to go to a beer parlor. Is that okay? Now, water. You cannot replace water with sodas. You go to eateries, you see people have plate of food, then the next thing you see, soda or some kind of packaged processed juice. You are joking. You cannot replace water with anything else. Take water. You are not cheating yourself. You're not shortchanging yourself. In fact, for everybody that will be sitting on that table, you are the one that is having the best meal. Good evening, Emda. I see you. All right. All right. So take water, and I told you how to calculate what water will be adequate for you. Right. Your weight multiplied by 35, convert to liters. That is what is necessary for you, and also adjust it according to where you are. For example, some of you are in winter right now. Definitely, I will not expect you to take as much water as I'm taking. For example, I'm here in sub-Saharan Africa and I'm sweating. So I need more water than you that is in winter season. So you understand? So you have to adjust your water intake according to the climate where you are. But make sure you take water. Is that okay? Eat fiber-rich food. Sleep well. And also manage your stress. Do these things. Minus those things I mentioned. Give yourself 3 to 6 months. Let us see whether the conception that you are looking for all this time, you will not get it. It means that something is wrong. So do it. And come and give us a testimony. Next year is your time for your naming ceremony. Don't come and be telling us stories. Do what I tell you. Call us for naming ceremony and we're coming. What low key? What am I repeating? I want to know. This is the time for people to ask questions. If you have questions, make sure you send a request. I want to hear your question from your mouth. Send the request, come up. Let's take the question. Queen Dia, the prayer is your time. Just go and be pregnant. Just what I say, you'll be pregnant. So who's ready to ask questions? Let's bring people up. So while we're waiting for that, I just want for those who are just joining who did not hear anything we said, guys, in the plainest language I can put it. Sugar doesn't make you infertile overnight. No, it doesn't. It slowly weakens your fertility when you take it excessively over time. And unfortunately today, most of the food we eat is all sugar based. Snacks, sugar, soda, sugar, beer, sugar, all over the place, cakes, pastries. This is what so as you continue to indulge in that, over time, the damage will be done. Is that okay? But the good news is that the body can recover. I tell you, the body recovers. There's no hopeless anything. You just need knowledge. The body can recover, fertility can improve, and hope for you is real. So see you next year in your naming ceremony.